Let's talk about your mother, Mavis. She sadly passed away last year, aged 82. She'd been suffering from Alzheimer's disease for many years. When did you notice that her health was deteriorating?
We noticed she was becoming more and more forgetful. She was telling you the same thing over and over again, but then forgetting to finish a sentence. And so eventually we had to bully her into going to the doctors. And we took her to the doctors, and then they did a brain scan and they said she had Alzheimer's. And it truly is the most terrible disease. You know, my father died very suddenly of a heart attack, and it was a shock. But I would rather someone you love go that way than the agony of Alzheimer's. And towards the end, she had to go into a care home, and we would go visit her and take her presents. She would hit us with them because she didn't know who we were. And then we were supposed to go see her on a Sunday afternoon, Stephanie and I, and we got a telephone call in the morning to say, your mum's really not well. And so we got there as soon as we could, and she was just lying on this bed in a room, gasping and sort of holding her fists clenched on her rib cage. She was looking afraid and in fear. And I just said to her, you know, you can relax. You don't have to keep on trying. You know, you can go. Dad's waiting for you, and your mum and dad, because that's what she hoped would happen. And then she had hold of my hand and hold of Stephanie's, and she just died.
Did you feel a sense of release as a family, that she was finally let go of this living hell that she was trapped in?
Most definitely. Because anybody who's got any relatives who've got Alzheimer's or some form of dementia, you know, at the moment there is no cure. And as I say, that person who you love dies before your eyes, but they are physically still there. But the person they were has totally gone, you know.
Did you get the chance to say the things you wanted to say to her, or was it too late?
No, we did. We did. And Steph and I are incredibly close. And she's a headmistress. She's the sensible, clever one. But we're really close. And, you know, we had fantastic parents. They were great. And even though she always wanted me to get a proper job, you know, maybe she wanted me to be a secretary. I got expelled from typing college and everything. I was useless at that. But they were fantastic.
She must have been hugely proud of you, though. I mean, to see her little girl go from being thrown out of a typing school to one of the most famous actresses in the country. Incredible thing for her to watch.
Yeah, she was really proud of me, really proud. But there's always, like, funny things as well, even though it comes in sadness. And Mum was a concert pianist until I was born. And we used to go visit her in the care home, and they'd got a piano. We had a piano there for her, everything. And she could only play a little bit of the Moonlight Sonata or the Warsaw Concerto. Everything else had gone. And she'd play it, and all the patients would applaud. But, of course, they all had Alzheimer's as well. So she'd play it again, and they'd go, oh, I love that one. And they didn't know they were hearing the same piece over and over again, so they just thought she was fantastic. Tell me, Johnny, have you ever experienced an older woman?
When Beverley wasn't playing one of Weatherfield's best-loved residents, she branched out into sitcom.
I think that Bev wants to prove that she's not just a one-character actress.
In 2 Pints of Lager, Beverley played my girlfriend's mum.
Come.
And she would flirt with my character as soon as her daughter would leave the room.
Gary, you look worn out. Sit down.
She's hilarious in that show.
Would you like a massage?
That's kind, but no, it's all right.
How about some sex?
She's got the most amazing comic timing.
And this year, Beverley's returned to her acting roots in theatre.
Bev's just had a really successful stage run with Rise and Fall, Little Voice.
Taking no chances. Not at my time, Mr. Can I?
She was absolutely brilliant in it. I mean, it was such a great role for her.
She's big, she's blousy, she's emotional.
You see, there's definitely some raspberry in the air from somewhere.
Offstage, 2010 saw wedding number 4 for Beverley when she tied the knot with her partner John after 7 years together.
It meant a lot to her to marry John. There was always an insecurity. Bev's always thought that people might leave.
When Beverley got really ill, it was really hard for both of them, and they both deserved it, really, to be happy again.
Her wedding day was the end of a difficult time, and it was the beginning of her future with John.
And now Beverley's headed back to her spiritual home. Last autumn, her character Liz made a spectacular return to Coronation Street.
Beverley came back with a bang.
If you've not come to order a drink, you can get out.
I've always felt when Liz isn't around, there is a kind of hole in the show that's kind of that shaped, and it's lovely to be able to bring the character back and lovely to welcome Beverley back to the cast.
Even a pot belly can look a little bit sexy if it's had a cut in a factor 15 and baked for a couple of days.
I hope she just stops flitting off and doing other things and just stay there for us to enjoy and watch for many years to come.
What was it like going back to the street again?
It's a bit like going home. It's funny because when I left, I so didn't want to leave, but I had to because I'd come out of hospital, I'd gone straight back to work, and I was not well enough to deal with it. And I felt I had to go. My mum really needed me as well, and my sister and everybody else, and I needed them, and I needed to be there, so I had to go. But I didn't really want to. I love that job. And one of the directors, Duncan Foster, said to me on my last day, he said, "You'll be back because it's in your blood." And it really is. I adore it.
Do you think you may be in it for a long time now?
Absolutely.
Can you imagine quitting again?
No, I can't. If it's up to those writers, I think they're going to keep me busy for a long time.
Any possibility of a Jim McDonald return?
I don't know. I hope so.
You don't know or you won't tell me?
I truly don't know. I truly don't know.
Should we ask him?
Yeah.
Charlie, you going back?
Nothing to do with me, kid.
If you can get the Corrie scriptwriters to write the next episode in your life, what would you make them do for you?
Oh, I'd just like John and I to stay alive forever and our children to be all fantastically happy and me just keep going to work and having fantastic scripts, and that's just fine.
Beverley Callard, it's been a real pleasure.
Thank you
Thank you very much.